Are you or a loved one disabled? Do you feel alone, lost, and confused as to how to win your Social Security case? If you're watching this video, it's probably because you have so many questions and you're desperately looking for the answers. Hi, my name is Avi Libovic, and I'm the owner at Benefits for All and the lead attorney at Avi Libovic and Associates. Over the course of my 20-year career, I've overseen the processing and screening of over 500,000 disability cases, working with the largest hospitals, neighborhood clinics, primary care physicians, and even individuals who had no access to care at all. My strategies for how to win the case have made me one of the top experts in Social Security law in the entire nation. My life and my career were going great. And then one day it all came crashing down. It started first with some abdominal pains. And before I knew it, I'd been admitted to the hospital several times and I required multiple surgeries. I found myself unable to work and disabled and in desperate need of my own benefits. I understand exactly how you feel. I was in your shoes. And I'm going to take you through the process and help you and give you everything that I know so that you can win your case. I'm recovered and I'm back at work. And I have a newfound passion for helping disabled people because I myself have been there too. Call our office today for a free screening and to see how we can help you with your Social Security case. At the same time, enjoy these videos and webinars that we've prepared to help you understand how to win your Social Security case. This is Avi Libovic, and you're watching another one of the amazing webinars that's brought to you by Benefits for All, where we teach you how to win your Social Security case without necessarily having to hire an expensive attorney and pay for those high costs. So I have to tell you an amazing story, right? I'm standing right now in Vermont. I'm standing in Waterbury, Vermont, and behind me, as you can see, the beautiful, beautiful mountains. And these mountains, let me tell you a story about these mountains. See, I came here, I rented a car, I'm traveling across from state to state, getting a feel for the people, getting a feel for the communities, understanding a little bit better the Social Security offices as I go around and introduce myself. And like most people these days, I have a smartphone, I have an Apple phone, and I'm relying pretty much on my GPS, on the Waze app, and on a couple other things to get me from place to place. But what do you think happens? What do you think happens when you go into those mountains over there? You guessed it, no service. It's not like it was no service for like 10 minutes. There was no service for like hours. No cellular service, no data service, nothing, zilcho. I was driving around, I was like a chicken without a head. Windy roads, no one to ask. There wasn't even anyone around to ask. And as the sun went down, the situation seriously became a little bit concerning. How much gas did I have? How was I gonna get out of here? And thank goodness, like sent from the heavens above, I found a Walmart, right? Of all the things, when do you expect a Walmart? So what did I do? I pulled my car over, I went in, and I solved the problem by purchasing one of these little Garmin navigation kits, which doesn't rely on satellite necessarily and doesn't rely on a data coming in, but has all the maps pre-programmed in. So even if you have no satellite, you can utilize those maps and you can find your way to your ultimate destination. So why do I tell you this story? I tell you this story because I think that I learned a very important lesson, and I think that this is a lesson that's going to apply to all of you as you're working forward as you're moving forward in your Social Security case. What's that lesson? That lesson is that just like I was stuck in the middle of the forest and I had no service, no data, no cell service, nothing, total dark zone, I understood that as long as I stood in that location and stayed in that location, I would continue to not have service. I could have stayed there forever. I had plenty of chocolate bars, I had plenty of potato chips and other unhealthy snacks, plenty to drink, right? But I would have no service and I would just stay there forever. I knew that I had to move from that location. I had to change where I was standing if I wanted to be able to get service and be able to go ahead and ultimately make it to my destination. So this is what I want to tell all of you. you need to ask yourself, are you in a place in life right now where you're stuck in your ways? Are you the type of person who doesn't go to a medical examination? You refuse to go to a medical examination? It doesn't matter if someone goes ahead and says, I'll pick you up and I'll drive you. You just don't want to go? Are you the type of person who's stuck in your way and you don't want to go ahead and take your medications? It's been prescribed. A family member says that they'll give it to you. The clinic will give it to you for free. But you say, you know what, I don't like the way they make me feel. I'm not taking the medication. Are you the type of person who doesn't return phone calls? You get a message on your answering machine. It's something important and you say, tra la 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 la. Not my problem. I'm not going to deal with it. I got too much on my mind. Are you the type of person who you get something in the mail and it's something very important and you have to respond to it? But you say, not today, not tomorrow, whenever I get to it. In all of those situations and in other similar situations, if you're stuck in a certain way and that place that you're stuck in results in no service, it results in you staying in that same place, then I don't care how many webinars you watch, and I don't care what gold nuggets I give you and what strategies and what tips. If you're stuck in your ways and you're not going to change who you are and you're not going to change your location, you're not going to change your mindset, you're going to have no service. You're not going to win your case. Because in order for you to win your case, in order for you to get the service of the Social Security Administration, it's going to require you to change your location. You have to change your mindset. You have to change your habits. If you used to not go ahead and you used to not go to medical examinations, guess what? It's like you're stuck in the forest. No service, you're going to lose your case. You have to get out of the forest. You have to get out of your way of old habits and old thinking, and you're going to move to a new location in your mind. A new location, maybe even physically. If you're on the couch, if you can't get out of bed, you have to push yourself to get out of bed and go to the doctor, and you have to wait in line like everyone else, and you have to maybe wait for the emergency room or wait for an x-ray. That's what you have to do. You can't be stuck. If I would have stayed in the forest, boom, I would have never gotten out. I needed to move in order to get service and figure out how I'm going to get to my destination. If you're stuck in a way, again, where you're not returning phone calls, where you're not responding to mail that's sent to you, where you're not taking the time to go down to the Social Security office or the doctor's office or the hearings office, if you're in a situation where you're stuck and you say, I don't need to take my medication, I don't need to do the research to determine, where are my pay stubs, or how am I going to get my proof of citizenship, or how am I going to go ahead and I got to figure out how am I going to get a copy of my birth certificate. Whatever it is, if you're in a place where you just say, I can't, it's impossible, it's too hard, it's too difficult, it's not for me, it's for someone else, whatever. And sometimes even being stuck in a place, a mindset, means, I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings here, but it's my job to talk to you straight. Sometimes being stuck in a mindset even says, well, they're going to deny me anyways. I already tried to apply 2-3 times. They're just going to deny me. No matter what I do, they're going to deny me. If you think like that, and if you believe that, you see that forest over there? You see those mountains? That's where you're standing. You are stuck in those mountains. You will not move forward. You will stay there. You will stay where you're at right now, and you will not get service and you will not get benefits. The purpose of this short little video is to encourage you. I don't need to be like the football coach who's in the locker room blowing the whistle at halftime and saying, you can do it, rah, 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 we can do it. That's not really my job. Although I'm happy to do that because I want you to win your case. But even though that's not my job, I'm here as an attorney. I may not be your attorney because you haven't hired me and you've opted to use the webinars to help yourself and to represent yourself. But it may not be my job to make those calls for you and remind you of the appointments and remind you to get the forms, because that's what our office does, is we constantly are in touch with you and we constantly help you through the process to make your life simpler so you could focus just on your recovery, focus on your day-to-day challenges of getting through your day. Some people are not feeling well and it's difficult enough for them to just get out of bed, just get dressed, just make food, just go a few hours without pain. That's hard to do. But I need, as an attorney, if you're going to represent yourself, to tell you that from an attorney's perspective, if you're applying for benefits, Social Security is going to request certain things from you. They're going to request documents, they're going to request answers, they're going to request medical records, they're going to request all of these pieces that you're going to have to give them. And if you're stuck in a certain thing that says, I can't, it's not for me, it's impossible, they're going to deny me anyways, then you might as well just shut the video and maybe turn on YouTube and just do what you want to do. I'm saying it in a loving way. I'm saying it in a sincere way. I'm saying it in a genuine way. You have to pick yourself up. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to say, I can do this. It's just some forms. It's just some basic questions. It's just some simple medical records that I have to call my doctor and request. It's just a simple consultative examination appointment where I show up to the consultative examination appointment. If I hit a brick wall, if a door closes on me, maybe a supervisor or someone is not calling me back, I have to make a little bit more of an effort to try to get the person that I need on the phone in the office that I need to make sure that I'm getting the attention that I need and make sure that I'm getting the service that I need. I think you get my point. My point is I'm able to stand here out of the mountain, even though I was scared for a little bit, and even though my heart was going pitter-patter, and how am I going to get out of this situation? Oh my goodness gracious, I am so lost, and I can't even text anybody, and I can't even call anybody, and I have no maps. But I was able to, find that clarity and say, I got to find a store that has a map, a store that has a GPS, and I found that Walmart, and I was able to remove myself from that place of fear and remove myself from that place of anxiety and panic and negative thinking and dark thinking. I was in a deep rabbit hole, right? And as I say that, the sun is going down. You see, it's getting a little like grayer on my face. You need to do that. If you do that, you're going to do fine. Now, once again, I say at the end of all of these that you really can do it on your own. I'm going to teach you everything that I know in here and everything that all the tricks up my sleeve. I'm going to teach you all these so that you can win. But you have to buy the webinars. You have to download the webinars. You have to listen to the webinars. You have to think about what I'm saying. If you have a friend that you want to watch it with and discuss the strategies, you can do that. God bless you. I hope that you do that. But at the same time, if you're getting too much and it's a little bit too complicated and it's a little bit too intensive, not that you're not smart enough to do it, but just physically you don't have the strength for it because you're not feeling well, or mentally or emotionally you don't have the strength because you're just not feeling well. I get it. It's not your fault. It's not your fault that you're sick. Getting sick is not something that that anyone wants. It just kind of happens, and it always happens at the worst time. But you have to go ahead, and if you can't do this, you have to be honest that I can't do it, even though you're watching the webinars, and then you have to consider, do I want to get someone to help me? Is it a local non-attorney hearing rep? Is it a local attorney? Or is it that guy, Avi Libovic, who's traveling around the country and taking these crazy webinars, but looks like a nice guy and seems to say that he's represented thousands of people, which is true, and has won thousands of cases, which is true. I can help. I'm happy to help if you decide that you want to go that route. Anyways, if you don't go that route and you just do the webinars, I wish you the best of luck. Stay out of that forest. I mean, you can drive through it as long as you're direct and you know where you're going. Nothing is getting in your way. That's like saying, I'm driving through the forest because I know I got to get from point A to point B and nothing is getting in my way. That's the attitude you need to have. I'm filling out my applications. I'm getting the medical records. I'm taking my medication. I'm going for updated examinations with the doctor. I'm winning my case because I believe that I'm disabled and I'm going to show Social Security that I am disabled. I'm not going to let them tell me no. I'm going to give them everything that they need so it's impossible for them to deny me. You can do it. I'm going to show you how. Just stay out of the negative thinking. Stay out of the forest. Be positive. Be upbeat. Just keep watching the webinars or give me a call and I'll be happy to help. www and Benefits for All. I'm Avi Libovic. And from the bottom of my heart, I hope you feel well and I hope you win. I know that you can. You can do it. But it's not about me knowing that you can. You have to believe that you can. That's why when I say, and benefits for all, yeah, it's benefits for all, but it's benefits for you, benefits for all, right? It's your benefits. If someone else downloads this webinar and they win their benefits, does that help you? It doesn't help you, right? If someone else, your friend or your cousin or your neighbor got their benefits, does that help you? That doesn't help you. Some people say, it's a cold world. It's a cold world. No one's going to help you but yourself. That's partially true, but it's not really true. I have no doubt that you have friends who care about you. You have a support group. You have family members. There are people who care about you. They're around to support you and help you out along the way. And there are even terrific people in the doctor's offices and in Social Security and in Department of Disability Determination Services, DDS, and in ODAR. There are people who are and judges who are phenomenal and want to see you win. You just have to keep moving through the forest and not get bogged down in the negativity. If you get bogged down in the negativity, you'll have no service and you'll lose your case. www and Benefits for All. Happy you're listening. Hope you're learning something. Feel good. Go get your benefits. Thanks a lot.